allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'll ask for a motion to allow Brian Zowen to participate via telephone due to a family emergency.
I move that Brian Zowen be allowed to participate by telephone due to a family emergency.
I'll second that. It's been moved by Beth Reese, seconded by Abby Humbles. Is there discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Bluth. Bozeman.
Aye.
Disharum.
Aye.
Holzhauer.
Aye.
Humbles.
Aye.
Reed.
Aye.
Zowen.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. At this time, we'll move on to the public participation portion of the meeting. Is there anybody wishing to address the board? If so, could you please come forward? I will read the guidelines. Before addressing the board, I would like to remind you of our process. Per Board Policy 2230, we ask that when addressing the board, please identify yourself and be brief. Comment shall be limited to 5 minutes. The speaker is asked to please conduct oneself with respect and civility towards others. Individuals less than 18 years of age are permitted to address the board if accompanied by his or her parent or guardian. The board typically does not engage in two-way conversations during the public portion of the meeting. Any follow-up response will be addressed by the administration at a later date. To be respectful of others and to protect confidentiality, complaints against individual students, staff members, or board members, either named or unnamed, shall not be orally presented to the Board of Education. Such complaints should be put in writing, signed by the person or persons making the charges, and delivered to the Board of Education secretary. So at this time, have you signed in?
I did.
Okay, thank you very much. And if you could please begin by stating your name and the topic you'll be addressing.
My name is Rebecca Hansen, and I'm a resident of the district, a parent of 3 children. I'm here to discuss professional standards. To become a teacher, a teaching candidate must attend a 4-year college or university and participate in multiple internships over the 4 years to get a taste of what a classroom is like. In addition, all prospective teaching candidates must successfully complete a background check, a semester-long clinical, as well as pass a minimum of 1 state test to demonstrate competency. After being hired, a teacher is required to complete a minimum of 120 hours of professional development in order to maintain their teaching license. Teachers are formally observed 3 times a year and evaluated for the first 4 years they teach every year. After achieving tenured status, teachers are observed twice a year, every 2 years, their entire career. If that wasn't enough, teachers are also encouraged to pursue advanced degrees so they can become experts in their craft. And they do all this while teaching on average 25 students each day, sometimes 9 periods or however many hours there are at the high school. Sometimes these students are ready to learn, sometimes they're not, and sometimes they come to school and teaching is not the primary focus. So why do they do this? It's simple. They do this day in and day out because of their dedication to the students in their classrooms and schools. It's because of this dedication, our district is continuing to move forward in spite of the current state of chaos. In contrast, I ask you, where does your expertise lie? Beyond the required professional development when elected, how much have you sought to learn? How often as a school board member is your performance evaluated? I do not think I need to point out the disparity in standards to which educators and school board members are held. In response to an email I sent last week, several of you mentioned that I needed to trust the board to do what is best for this district. And I want to say this. Trust between the board and the community hasn't simply been broken, it's been shattered. And it isn't just about Dr. Parker, as most of you who responded said. It's not just about Dr. Parker. Having said that, this community is comprised of highly educated people. We are not your pawns. While there are different accountability standards for school boards, please be assured of this. The community is holding you accountable. Through the Freedom of Information Act, we are requesting everything we possibly can to ensure that you are doing what you promised and are working in the best interest of the district, not yourselves. We are demanding transparency. Whether or not discussions occur via email, phone, in person, that shouldn't even be an option right now. Board members that request off-the-record meetings with teachers and contact specific internal candidates about applying for positions, but not all, is not being transparent. In fact, this tells me that you are not even pretending or even trying to be transparent. Be assured, we are watching everything you say, everything you don't say, and everything you do. We are not being complacent any longer, and most of all, we do not trust that you are acting in the best interest of our children as you promised. Common sense says that if the current plan of action isn't working, one should adjust. On Monday, December 11th, I sat right here when Tom Leahy provided the perfect analogy for a school district. The ballroom floor is for the teachers, the students, and the administrators, while the balcony is for the school board. For all of our sakes, please just stay in the balcony. What is currently being done is not working, as is evident in the mass exodus at the district office. I've heard you say numerous times you admire the teachers and administrators that work in this district. And as I tell my children and my own students in my school, words are easy to say. Please start speaking with your actions. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, my name is Jenny McCoy. I am a parent in the district. I'm a taxpayer as well, and a former student of Dunlap. The community and parents of Dunlap School District are extremely concerned about the finances spent on administration instead of students in regards to Dr. Parker and Mrs. Beverlin. The approximate daily cost of an interim superintendent that was posted in the PJ Star is in the range from $650 to $850 per day. I am sure that this board did not choose to go toward the higher end based upon area and district comparable salaries. However, for the sake of comparisons, we are going to use the $850 amount per day. We all know that our search firm has cost us $3,500. We have a payout that is owed to Dr. Parker for her vacation pay of $21,000. Karen Beverlin's payout for her vacation is around $10,000. The difference that Karen Beverlin's salary versus our interim salary is $34,500. The difference of Parker, $25,000. Parker's payout, we do know, was $80,000, and the legal fees that we've already paid for this, $2,593, which the total so far has cost this district $174,793. So, based on $850 a day, due to the fact that Parker and all Dunlap administration pay their own retirement, the interim superintendent is making over $43,000 more on a yearly basis than Parker would have made. For Karen Beverlin, it's almost embarrassing to even point out, but based upon $750 per day, Beverlin's salary, $117,300, and our interims, $195,000 per year. So just for Beverlin, for 100 days, she would make $41,000, and our interim will make $75,000. Other issues that the community and parents are having are why the agendas are constantly and consistently being posted right before deadlines and reposted on district websites. There's question about why you put a stipend for a board secretary on an agenda. Approvals of stipends have never been done before public agenda. We all know how we're not always treated. This in no way makes up for or gives excuses to board members in regards to Renata's leaving. It has always been done in open session under personnel consent agenda. You should, as a board, be embarrassed and ashamed that you had internal candidates much cheaper for positions and chose not to fill them internally. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else wishing to address the board? Okay, thank you. This concludes the public participation portion of the meeting. We will now move into closed session. I will ask for a motion to adjourn to closed session.
I move to adjourn to closed session for the following purposes as stated in the Open Meetings Act: the appointment, employment, compensation, and performance of specific bodies.
Second.
It's been moved by Beth Reese, seconded by Teresa Holzhauser. Is there discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Bozeman?
Aye.
Disharum?
Aye.
Aye.
Hummels? Reed?
Aye.
Zhao?
Brian, are you still there?
Yeah, aye.
That's okay.
Okay, motion carries. We are adjourned to closed session.
Bear with us one moment.
Hello.
Hello, we are back out in the gym in open session.
Okay, and I'd like to ask for a motion to approve the employment contract between the Board of Education and Interim Superintendent Randall Merker.
I move to approve the employment contract between the Board of Education and the interim superintendent, Randall Merker, as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Abby Humble, seconded by Beth Reed. Is there discussion?
I do have something to say here on Cheryl's behalf. Just to let everyone know that Cheryl did participate in the interview process and does support the decision to hire, but unfortunately she's traveling tonight and unable to vote.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Holzhauer?
Aye.
Hummels?
Aye.
Reed?
Aye.
Zowen?
Aye.
Bozeman?
Aye.
Disharum?
Aye. Okay, motion carried. I will ask. Mr. Merker, would you like to come forward and say a few words now? Okay. Sure, right there. Yeah, if you want to. It's up to you. I know you probably want to face both ways.
Actually, I would.
Okay, okay,
Word.
sure.
First off, I'd like to thank all of you for being here tonight. I want to particularly thank the Board of Education for giving me this opportunity. And I said this in both the public interviews and the board interview. The Delaware School District is clearly a great school district. Academically, extracurriculars, athletics, it's a great school district. The kids get a great education. And it's exciting for me to be part of it. I think what you're going to find when you talk with me and work with me is that I'm someone that is easy to talk to. I'm easy to work with. I'm someone that you can come and talk to when you have a problem or if you have a problem. And I think on the Board of Education side, you're going to find those same things. I'm somebody that's going to be, I hope, easy to work with all of you. This opportunity for me is exciting for me because I've been retired from full-time superintendent for a while, and to be able to come back in such a strong district, it's just reinvigorating for me. My core belief is, and it's a catchphrase, but my core belief is that we need to do the right things for kids, period. And that's going to be what my focus always is on every decision, on every action, on every direction, for every action is doing the right things for kids. What I heard in the public interviews last Saturday was a lot of those same kinds of things. What I heard from the Board of Education and the board interview were those same kinds of statements. You know, we are all here for kids and doing the right thing for kids. Past issues notwithstanding, what our direction here has to be to move forward. And I hope when July 1st comes around and 6 months are done here, that the district will grow. The district will be in a good position to move forward and move forward as a team together. Thank you to the board again and to all of you.
Thank you. I will ask now for a motion to approve the employment contract between the Board of Education and Interim Director of Finance and Human Resources, John Bambrick.
I move to approve the employment contract between the Board of Education and Interim Director of Finance and Human Resources, John Bamberg, as presented.
A second.
It's been moved by Beth Ree and seconded by Teresa Holzhauser. Is there discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Hummels.
Aye.
Reed.
Aye.
Zawin.
Aye.
Bozeman.
Aye.
Disharum.
Aye.
Olshauser.
Aye.
Motion carries. I'll ask for a motion to approve John Bambrick as interim treasurer.
I move to approve John Bamberg as interim treasurer.
I'll second that.
It's been moved by Beth Ree, seconded by Abby Humbles. Is there discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Reed.
Aye.
Zawin.
Aye.
Bozeman.
Aye.
Disharum.
Aye.
Olshauser.
Aye.
Hummels.
Aye.
Okay. I'll ask for a motion to approve the stipend for the secretary to the superintendent in the amount of $500.
I'll make the motion to approve the stipend for the secretary of the superintendent in the amount of $500.
Second.
It's been moved by Abby Humbles, seconded by Beth Ree. Is there discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Zawin.
Aye.
Bozeman.
Aye.
Disharum.
Aye.
Olshauser.
Aye.
Hummels.
Aye.
Reed.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved by Beth Ree, seconded by Teresa Holzhauser. Is there discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. The motion carries. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Okay, and who has that?